The Bureau Boys is an improvised detective serial. Every Monday morning, the Bureau Boys solve crimes based on clues sent in by their informants.
That's you! Go to thebureauboys.com to submit your clues, informant. Thanks to informant Jenny for this week's clue. Name tag.
When we last left the Bureau Boys, they were gazing down into yet another gaping hole underneath a trap door beneath the stage at the Hollywood Bowl.
They had received a mysterious message flown in by a tiny mouth carrying a leaf with the words, "Come and get us coppers."
The Bureau Boys knew that whatever lied beneath the stage at the Hollywood Bowl, perhaps in the sub-basement, was waiting for them to arrive. Detective Riley.
Detective Potter.
I know I say this pretty much every case, but if we don't get out of this alive, I just want you to know it's been an honor watching you work, spending that trip on the clouds outside of the Jack in the Box. Maybe I don't agree with your methodology, but seeing how it all panned out has been really gratifying, Detective Riley.
And I just want you to know, I will never forgive you for throwing away my drugs. But I can come close to it, thanks to the little drug coat you gave my Muppet.
Detective Potter reaches behind his suit coat and pulls out 2 blunts. Detective Riley, I was hoping maybe I could save these for your birthday, but I feel like we need to be on the same page if we're going to go down into this deep, dark passageway, and I think we should hit these blunts. Is that how you say it, Detective Riley? We should hit these blunts?
Yeah, that's pretty good. And I would also add that this is pretty gangsta. Is that also, would you say how you say it?
I don't know how I would say it, Detective Riley. I would say, "You're under arrest, you scumbag."
Right.
You would apparently say, "Hey, let's toke up with these homies.
Let's spark these doobies."
So the Doobie Brothers, the Bureau Boys, light up their blunts and smoke them.
Detective Potter coughs on the first puff like a wimp. Detective Riley inhales half the blunt in a single blow.
Detective Riley, was I supposed to be blowing on this instead of inhaling it? Because my lungs are burning. This is good stuff. I got it from that Ray Stantz impersonator.
Well, then it's probably my stuff. Which means it's not just marijuana we're smoking. We're also getting a little wet, as Denzel Washington would say.
I don't know that reference, Detective Riley, and I almost pick up every single reference, and you usually drop the references, so can you clue me in, Detective Riley?
It's from Training Day. PCP. You get wet. That's the term. It's from the streets.
Detective Riley, what's going on with your voice? We left that in season 1.
No, it's just the weed seeps down into my vocal cords. God, I'm feeling like myself again. My old self. Who I used to be.
Detective Riley doesn't turn into a wolf this time, but he does get larger and larger, almost as though his wolf muscles show up, even though his wolf lupine instincts do not. Detective Riley, oh my God, you're huge.
Beefing.
You're almost as big as I am.
Some might say bigger.
Certainly no one that can see the two of us, but I see what you're saying. Detective Riley, would you mind if I climbed onto your back and if you climbed down the ladder? So Detective Potter climbs onto Detective Riley's back, frankly, without Detective Riley's consent. I'm sorry, is this okay?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure this... Okay, thank you. Now that Detective Potter has Detective Riley's consent, Detective Riley clambers down the ladder into the dark depths below. You move with such speed, Detective Riley.
I'm pumped, rocked, and ready to fuck.
From what I've read, that's almost the opposite effect that big doobie should have had on you.
That's what I said. It's not just weed in that doobie. It's got PCB. I'm rock hard.
Detective Riley, I have a confession.
Yeah.
Do you know, after we woke up in the desert after whatever happened last night happened during the full moon. You know how I made breakfast for both of us?
Oh, yeah.
You know how I made those salted eggs?
Oh, yeah.
Those were bath salts, Detective Riley.
Oh, yeah. And with that, Detective Riley gets a sudden burst of more energy for flying down the ladder. He's so jacked up now on PCP and weed and bath salts and who knows what else.
Detective Potter also, despite his calm demeanor, is hopped up on all this stuff too. The Bureau boys land on the landing and turn around and face a guard.
Move aside, Pipsqueak. We got places to be and motherfuckers to mess up.
Hang on. I'm gonna need some identification first of all, okay?
Detective Riley takes this Muppet, shows it to the guard, and then shoves it right up the guard's ass. There's your ID, guard. Get the door, Detective Potter.
The guard scampers away, runs up the ladder. Detective Riley, I don't think we needed those puppets or that passport at all.
Yeah, I'm still going bananas for gonzos, if you know what I mean.
Detective Riley, it turns out the secret was inside of us, well, inside of your coat all the time. PCP, blunts, and bath salts.
Don't forget all that animal blood we had for late dinner and early breakfast.
That's true. That's true. Detective Riley, while you're all, I don't know, hulked out now, I think we can actually manage to open this door. The Bureau boys throw their strong shoulders into the heavy iron door behind the now whimpering, scrambling up the ladder guard.
1 dent, 2 dent, 3 dent, and the door falls through.
I thought you were gonna do one of those the count things.
I was, but then I stopped.
The Bureau boys burst through the door into a candle-filled room.
Men with dark robes crowded around some centerpiece obscured by all the bodies chanting.
One man stops the chanting and starts a slow, recognizable clap. Well. If it isn't the Bureau boys.
Hey, you're the chump who wore that Karl Marx mask. Took off in the car. We almost had you.
Well, I suppose you didn't even notice your jalopy parked outside, did you? Bureau boys, you were too busy rushing to find your way into the sub basement of the Hollywood Bowl that you didn't even notice.
The Bureau boys were taken aback. They can't believe they were fooled by such an idiot.
The Bureau boys only had one car payment left on that car until they owned it jointly.
This isn't about the car, punk. This is
Isn't it? No, go ahead. Tell me what you think this is about, Detective Riley. Is it?
That's my name, chump. And if you say it again, I'm gonna come after you. I'm gonna put you into a ball and punch you right out of this sub basement with my bare hands and feet.
Have you been working out, Detective Riley? You look larger than the last time I saw you.
The last time you fled from our clutches, I was a smaller man. Now I'm back. My real self.
Detective Riley, you look consumed with the sort of rage that normally your partner only has. Hey, I'm not consumed with rage. Well, the Bureau boys look like they've gotten themselves a little muddled on this case.
Just as the mysterious figure says muddled, the boys notice that the crowd has been slowly moving around them, surrounding them. And what look to be men in dark cloaks may simply be dark shadows.
That's as simple as the explanation gets. Rather than men in dark cloaks, it's shadow creatures.
Detective
Riley.
Detective Potter.
We're surrounded.
We still... All right. Hey, buddy. Say it once and for all. You are Timothy Marionette. You started this cult, and you're trying to take over the world and or go back in time and reclaim your spot on the Dark Crystal. What's it to you? What's happening?
You said to say it once and for all. I've already said it once way back at the Jack-in-the-Box. Now I'll say it for all. For all of my puppet army to hear.
As Timothy Marionette, or Timbo as Ray Stanberry used to call him, says these words, he raises his hands up to the ceiling of this underground room. The shadow creatures are enraged by his motions. It's almost as though Master Timothy Marionette has raised his hands above his head like a Muppeteer.
What do you think of that, Bureau boys? To head.
Well, Miro boys, I guess you remember all the way back to the very beginning of this case when you met my good friend, Ted.
Ted sidles up to Master Timothy Marionette. Master Timothy Marionette strokes his hair from behind.
Well, Bureau boys, looks like you've found both of us.
Yeah, you thought... Didn't you think it was weird that I was such a big fan of the Weinsteins? That I knew so much about the Dark Crystal? Huh? I did think it was weird.
We did think it was weird. We've been talking about it. We spent a whole day up in the clouds talking about exactly this fact.
We've been pursuing you. And here you are. So I guess we found you. Good on us.
Yes. Good on you, Bureau boys. Ted, can I have a quick aside?
Boss, sure. Here, I'll sit in your lap.
So Master Timothy Marionette pulls up a chair and sits down. Ted sits on his lap. Master Timothy Marionette puts his hand up Ted's shirt to the back of his neck.
Well, Ted, what do you think about these Bureau boys here?
I think they're pretty dumb.
Oh, Ted, that's not nice.
Nah, they got no brains in their skulls.
Oh, Ted, come on. The Bureau boys were so nice to follow us all the way to the Hollywood Bowl, to get past our Gin Blossoms trap and to find us all the way down here.
Ha. It's almost like we led them here on purpose, right?
What do you mean, Ted? Whatever could you possibly mean? It's not as though we've rigged this room with explosives, right, Ted?
Ha. No, we wouldn't do that, would we, boss?
The Bureau boys look around, and they see all around the room bundles of TNT.
Nobody quite knows what the T, the N, or the second T stand for. But we know this. It's explosive.
Detective Potter technically knows, but no one ever bothers to ask him details.
Detective Potter, we all know what this means. We're gonna blow up.
Detective Riley, this place is gonna go sky high.
Not if we can do anything about it.
The TNT is all wired to one plunger in the middle of the room. Dangling above the plunger is the largest Muppet that this world has ever known.
Looks like it's gonna be a boss fight. Just then, the shadow creatures watching break out their violins and trumpets, and a few of them have a couple of those big drums that you beat. And they start an orchestra for the final fight.
They start playing a non-copyrighted bit of music. The Muppet hanging over the plunger is a perfect replica of Gwendolyn Benefif.
It looks like that witch, but it can't be.
Detective Riley, don't you see? I was hoping you'd jump in there and...
Oh, wait.
No. Don't you see, Detective Riley? No. Master Timothy Marionette was in love with Gwendolyn Benefif. This is a effigy to Gwendolyn Benefif. An effigy that just about to kill us, Detective Riley.
The Bureau boys look down to the one rope that's suspending the large Muppet of Gwendolyn Benefith. It is anchored to the side of the room, and there is a candle burning through the rope.
I don't understand. Ted, I don't understand. Master Timothy Marionette. You're going to blow yourselves up, too? You're going to blow yourselves up? Well, yes. Yes, we are. For the stories of the Bureau boys have made it all the way out to here, to Hollywood. And frankly, I want the story rights. If there are no Bureau boys to write new stories of their own, then I, Master Timothy Marionette, will create the next Marvel Universe. It'll be the Bureau Universe. There will be all sorts of characters. Ray Stanberry, Gwendolyn Benefith, Detective Potter, Detective Riley, Ted the Giant, Ted the Lackey.
No, Detective Potter, we can't let him get away with this. We're so broke, we need the rights to our stories.
And like I said, Detective Riley, I've been writing this screenplay since we got out here.
Oh,
I can't just throw it all away.
No, of course not. We're gonna get this. Oh my God, I'm so hard right now. Wait a second. Detective Potter, I have an idea.
Do you want me to say it at the same time, or are you just going to say it? Because I don't want to take away a really good idea from you, Detective Riley. Unlike some people, I think that I should just hear your idea instead of trying to say it at the same time. So go on, say it. Say it, Detective Riley.
Here's the thing. Gwendolyn Benefith. She always wanted love. She could never have love. No one ever loved her. This is an effigy. Perhaps and it looks like it's got anatomically correct holes. So here's what I'm thinking. I just get in there and I'll fuck it down, and you escape, and I'll take it all down with me. You go. You're the writer anyway.
No, Detective Riley, it'll kill you. There's no way I'm letting you do this by yourself, Detective Riley. Absolutely not. Not after all we've been through. Not after all the trips that we've been through and all the underground caverns we've been in, including this one.
There's so many themes.
Just then, a moth alights on Detective Riley's nose.
Detective Riley takes the moth in his hands. There's a note written on the wings.
Detective Riley, is that a note? Is something written on the moth's wings, or is that just a pattern?
It kind of looks like a one of those Rorschach patterns, but I can't be sure. My vision, it's just not what it used to be.
Okay, give me the moth.
So Detective Potter gingerly takes the moth from Detective Riley and unfolds its wings.
Detective Riley, there is another note here.
And it's bigger, because you unfolded it.
Detective Riley, it says, "Look up."
Detective Potter and Detective Riley look up and see Gwendolyn Benefith waving at them from an alcove high above their heads. She kicks down a rope ladder to the Bureau boys.
Detective Potter, jump on. We're going up.
Detective Potter jumps on Detective Riley's back. Gwendolyn Benefith doesn't say a single word or make a single sound as the Bureau boys climbed the ladder. As Detective Riley climbs, Detective Potter reaches into his utility belt and removes the knife that Gwendolyn Benefith had given the Bureau boys. He looks down. It gleams in the candlelight of the cave. He turns and throws it with all of his might at the rope suspending the Gwendolyn Benefith effigy. He hits the rope. The rope starts to unspool as Detective Riley climbs faster and faster.
Hurry, Detective Riley.
I'm going as fast as I can. It's Detective Potter. My muscles, they're shrinking.
Detective Riley hulks down from his athletic form into his normal frail form.
Detective Riley reaches for Gwendolyn Benefit's hand, and as he pulls, and he gets one hand on the ledge, and Gwenefith, she can't hold on, and she barrels over the boys, falling down into the wasteland into the sea of shadow creatures.
No! The rope that Detective Potter has hit with the knife continues to unspool. There's just one tiny strand holding it up as the shadow creatures try to scramble up the rope ladder after the Bureau boys. As they do, Detective Potter finally reaches the top rung. Detective Riley helps him over the ledge. Detective Riley, take
cover?
Take this watch that I got from Gwendolyn. Tune it to 4:30.
So Detective Riley quickly turns the hands of the watch as quickly as he can to 4:30. And right then, the last strand holding the effigy of Gwendolyn Benefith breaks. And at that very moment, time stops.
The shadow monsters stop. The Bureau boys stare at one another.
The Bureau boys look down and see that the effigy is suspended in midair, mere inches away from the plunger.
Gwendolyn's broken body is next to the effigy, never to be heard from again.
But Timbo, he's staring at the broken body of Gwendolyn, his true love, torn to pieces by his own creations.
A tear is frozen halfway down Timbo's cheek. To head is frozen in time, racing toward the plunger. Detective Riley, we only have 1 minute to figure out what we got to do with this whole situation. There's shadow monsters climbing up the rope ladder after us. Gwendolyn is dead.
Oh, come on. Pull yourself together, man. Detective Riley shakes Detective Potter vigorously, like a baby.
His teeth chatter together like a baby's teeth.
Snap out of it. Now, why are these damn shadow monsters, they don't seem to be affected by time because they are swiftly coming up that ladder.
And Detective Riley, the drugs wore off from you. You're back down to your small, frail state.
And we are moving. Is time still frozen?
Detective Riley, I thought we already sort of established that time doesn't really affect us. Like, the watch doesn't affect us. It affects our surroundings. We should hang on to this watch, frankly.
All right, well,
you okay?
Frozen with teeth.
Do you need to clear your throat or something?
Yeah.
Detective Riley, here's my plan. Okay, we only have about 15 seconds or so left to get this plan out here. Here's what we gotta do. You have to...
Okay, hold on. No, I know. You're stumped. Okay, wait. Let me hear my plan. Okay, here's my plan. Here's what we're gonna have to do. Cause you're gonna have to...
The boys realize the one thing that can save them is to say the plan at the same time. Okay, Detective Riley.
All right, Detective Potter.
Do you want to same time it, or do you want to one word at a time it?
We're gonna have to one word at a time it if we want to make this right. We've only got like 5.5 seconds, but time is moving very, very, very slow. So
wait a minute, Detective Riley, real quick, set the watch back 1 minute so we have a full minute left to do this.
So Detective Riley, twist the knob as hard as he can. With time, it's a little bit harder, frozen, but he manages to get the minute hand 1 minute before 4:30. It's now at 4:29.
But the stem snaps off. So this is the only chance the Bureau boys have to use this time manipulation trick. Good job, Detective Riley. Bad job on snapping off the stem of this watch, but why am I wasting time yet berating you for this?
You're right. Cut it out. Cut it out.
I already cut out the rope. That's what's led us to this big problem. Why are we arguing, Detective Riley? Yeah. That's another theme of this entire case. Okay, here we go. Here's the plan.
Okay.
I'm going to start.
Yeah, go ahead.
We
go
down
this
ladder
to
the
bottom
of
the
room. New sentence.
Get
a
name
tag
and
write
a
phrase
that
consists
of
3
words.
Those
Words.
are... Detective Riley, I'm sorry to jump in. I think the words have to be, I love you. The 3 most powerful words on this planet, Detective Riley. Because this whole story is about love. It's about the love of Timothy Marionette for Gwendolyn Benefith. And I think she said that she loved him more than anyone that she had ever loved before.
It's about the love that we have for one another that we've discovered throughout this case.
The love we found. Detective Riley, I couldn't agree with you more. If we get this name tag, and by the way, in my belt, I do have a bunch of name tags.
So we don't have to go find one, because I thought maybe we'd have to go hunting for one. It's got it on the floor of this cave.
I feel like I'm always worried I'm going to be invited to a detective convention. I'm going to be unprepared, so I do have name tags on me. Hello, my name is I Love You. Detective Riley, I think this is the only way to do this. We have to write out I Love You on this name tag. So the Bureau boys, write out I Love You on the name tag. And then, now that you're so skinny, I think you can scramble down this ladder.
I can shimmy my way past all these shadow creatures without getting hit.
Yes. And put it on Gwendolyn Benefith.
It's worth a shot. Here I go.
It's the only shot we have, Detective Riley.
So Detective Potter and Detective Riley clasp hands in midair, grabbing each other's thumbs. That really cool type of handshake when 2 men are about to do something tough.
You're talking about like a real platoon handshake?
You got it. Here I come! Geronimo!
Detective Riley, you got it! Detective Riley floats through the air. His frail body falls at a slower rate because of all the wind resistance, so he's unharmed when he lands on the floor right next to Gwendolyn Benefith's corpse.
He slaps the name tag right onto a chest, right above her cold, dead titty.
And just to be clear, he did not touch her breasts.
No.
He slapped it on her chest bone.
Like a gentleman.
The shadow monsters turn to Detective Riley, for time has unfrozen. Detective Potter has been hanging on to that tire that they found outside of the Jack-in-the-Box. How? Who knows? He starts banging it. Hey, come on, you little shits. Dinner's ready. Come on up and get me.
Creating a distraction for the shadow creatures as they plunge their way towards the sound of the rubber tire getting hit and the prospect of a yummy human dinner.
Come on, you shadow creeps. I'm ringing the dinner bell for you, you weird stringless puppets.
The effigy of Gwendolyn Benefith still falling, faster, accelerating. It seemed to be only inches away. It must have been some sort of optical illusion because it's still falling. And of course, now Timothy Marionette is back, squeezing that tear, popping it right out of his eye. Just looking down, he sees Detective Riley, but quickly glances over and sees the name tag with the 3 words that he's craved the most in all of his life.
Hello, my name. Just to clarify, too, the effigy had one tiny extra little strand that we just didn't quite see that just stopped it just inches above the plunger. As Timothy turns to face his long-lost love.
Her body torn to pieces by his own creations.
A glow starts to emanate from Gwendolyn Benefith. Her spirit rises from her corpse. Timothy Marionette starts to experience the same glow as shadow creatures start to surround him.
Hey, boss! What are you doing? We gotta finish the job here. We were so close to killing the Bureau boys once and for all.
The shadow creatures close in on Ted and rip him to shreds. From the ceiling, a dark crystal starts to descend.
Gwendolyn Benefith's astral form presents itself to Timothy Marionette in a form of a beautiful woman, lying back like she's been fatally wounded, and his astral form gracefully catches her body in his see-through arms. and they descend towards the Dark Crystal, the place that they first met.
You sure they descended? You sure they didn't ascend?
Got a point there, narrator. Hey, fix it in post.
As the two former lovers float up toward the Dark Crystal, and the Dark Crystal descends toward them, the room goes silent. The shadow creatures explode one by one, breaking the silence, but then it goes silent again.
And now, Master Timothy Marionette breaks his silence to give us one last speech.
My love. My Gwendolyn Benefiff. Well, Bureau boys. It looks like you weren't the villains after all. It looks like maybe I wasn't even the villain, which makes sense because I feel like I started off as a victim.
Timothy Marionette, Detective Riley here.
I acknowledge the representative from the Bureau.
I'd just like to say, hey, it probably wasn't your fault, that you got canned back on the set of the Dark Crystal. And it looks like you can make things right by stopping this effigy. You don't want the likeness of your love to blow up, burst into flames.
Detective Riley, this is your moment. You've always been the one that's more sensitive. You've always been the one that really knows people and understands their personalities. Me, I just get so caught up in the science and the detail and the numbers and the ones and zeros. Detective Riley, you got this.
Go on, Detective Riley. Tell me why I should spare this cavern, spare the Hollywood Bowl, spare the gin blossoms, spare you, spare me, spare Gwendolyn.
Because if you spare us, Timbo, if I may call you that.
You may. The Council of Timothy Marionette acknowledges the representative from the Bureau's nickname.
Timbo, if you spare us, love can continue. The gin blossoms don't have to be cardboard cutouts anymore. You can bring them back to their real form. Human beings can gather here once again to fall in love to their great tunes. And kids everywhere can enjoy the Dark Crystal without feeling a sense of harm and malice that comes from it these days because of the dark energy that you've put into the film going back and forth through time. And also, you can fix all of these weird time problems around the Jack-in-the-Box. How people can eat there again, enjoy the steaks that you once enjoyed cooking for the patrons at the Jack-in-the-Box.
Are you saying that maybe people will appreciate the Dark Crystal enough to maybe give it its own Netflix series?
God, you really have been just totally in your own world, haven't you? Yes, that's what I'm saying. And life will go on. You can't always change the past, but you can make a better future.
That's a line from my most recent screenplay.
Detective Riley, did you read his most recent screenplay?
Detective Riley points to his back pocket with a rolled up manuscript. You bet I did.
Detective Riley, that was brilliant. Master Timothy Marionette sheds more tears. He stoops over the astral projection of Master Timothy Marionette and the astral projection of Gwendolyn Benefiff retrieve the corpses of Master Timothy Marionette and Gwendolyn Benefiff. They float.
For they were no longer meant for this world.
They were meant for a better world, where there was a Dark Crystal 2, perhaps a Dark Crystal 3, followed by a Netflix series featuring Emma Watson.
They could only hope, and hope was all they needed to pass on peacefully to the next plane. And with them, the effigy also was pulled along, taken away.
Detective Riley. I can't believe all the things that happened. I literally can't believe anything that happened during this case, Detective Riley, but I feel like we found Master Timothy Marionette.
We did.
He was almost like a ghost that we freed him of his pain. And then we kind of made him into a ghost, and then he floated away.
Yeah, I would say our time spent on that cloud must have really, I don't know, opened up our eyes to a whole other world of possibilities. And now we're seeing it happen again.
Detective Riley and Detective Potter throw their arms around one another and head towards the ladder that led up to the stage. Hey, Detective Riley, I know we said we wouldn't bring it up again, but you know it's only 27 days till the next full moon, right?
Oh, yeah, sure, I remember.
The Bureau Boys walk away and throw up their fists like the end of the Breakfast Club.
Leaving behind the TNT still wired to explode at the tiniest push of the plunger in the sub-basement of the Hollywood Bowl.
Detective Riley, do you think we should set back up those Gin Blossoms cardboard cutouts just so no one ever comes here?
You bet I do.
The Bureau Boys leap into the air and high five.
By the time their feet hit the ground, they launch into a quick little montage of them setting up the Gin Blossoms, putting things back together, cleaning up the dead carcasses on the side of the bowl, heading back to Hollywood proper.
In loving memory of Ray Stanbury
and Gwendolyn Benefit.
And so the boys solved the case of the missing Master Muppeteer. They found Master Timothy Marionette and reunited him with his long-lost love. They also maybe got an option for a Dark Crystal reboot.
To help the boys choose their next case, go to thebureauboys.com and submit the name of the case you'd like them to tackle next.
While you're at thebureauboys.com, why not subscribe, rate, review The Bureau Boys, and share it with all of your friends and family.
But don't share it with the criminals, because the Bureau Boys are coming for them.